Domenico in the Room podcast with a special guest. I have a new amateur welterweight champ, Combat Zone amateur welterweight champ, Mike All Class Bezanson, coming off a huge fourth round TKO finish to win that welterweight belt. What's up, my man? How you doing, bro?
What's going on, Domenico? We're out here at the CZ72 representing. I don't know if you see behind me or not, but we're doing all right.
Excellent. Did you train? Are you training? You're just there hanging out, and that's where we're going to be interviewing from.
Just touching base with Greg. I'm taking a little bit off because shin bones are still healing up from some bruising.
Yeah, you used them a lot a couple of Saturdays ago. Spectacular fight, my friend. It was a huge belt fight there, brother. 4 rounds of nothing but class in there between you and Taylor, man. And I do believe Taylor might have been, like, not say the favorite, but he fought for Combat Zone all his fights. So I would imagine he was the face there. You walking in there, how'd it feel? Because it was your first time going in to the Combat Zone.
Honestly, it's exciting. It felt really good. It was cool to move over to a different organization and fight New Hampshire for the first time. Going into it, I knew that he would not necessarily be the favorite, but I knew he was going to have a lot of people there rooting him on due to the fact that his gym's not too far away from Manchester itself. And just like you said, he did fight in Combat Zone a couple times now, so he's known down there. So it was definitely a great experience, and I knew that I was going to have a lot of support, and I knew he was going to have a lot of support too. So it was quite the crowd there.
Yeah, it was a fun fight, fun crowd there. You guys had a great time in there. I mean, not only was it a competitive fight, very technical, but you guys were, talking it up in there, having fun in there, man. Was this like the one of your best fights here? I mean, you're 4-0, undefeated. You've been finishing people your whole career, but is this the funnest you had in there since you started it?
This is definitely this fight. The best way I can describe it is exactly how the sport should be, in my eyes. Not everybody else looks at fighting a little bit differently, but when two guys can go on these camps and grind it out for weeks on end to try to be at the peak level that they are, and to just meet at weigh-ins, all respect for each other, laughing. I even behind the scenes, people don't really know this part, but I even ate his fruit cup after we weighed ourselves on the scale and stuff like that. We chatted and just wish each other good luck, and it went the same way when we were in the cage that day. And you can see at one time he threw a kick, and I threw a kick at the same time, and I slipped, and he let me up. And sometimes he'd back up, and I'd let him come back, and I'd just give him high fives and let him know that we're in it for respect. We're also there to have some fun. You know what I mean? Everything played out really well, and I don't know. It's good experience. Best experience I've had in the cage so far, for sure.
One of the funnest fights I've ever been, able to go see. I don't travel up to the Combat Zone that much because it's, a long drive. But when I have gone there, spectacular fights there. And dude, that was one of the best. I mean, I was cage side watching that, and it had everything in it. Like, you said, I mean, you guys were like, just having a good time in there, and it's everything a fight should be. I mean, competitive,
right.
Gritty, nasty at times, but man, you're both in there to really dazzle the crowd and grow in the sport, man. Coming off that fight, I mean, you had a layoff. We're going to talk about the layoff and coming back to MMA. But you fought, I think back in, was it September
September 23rd, I think.
For Neff, and that's where you fought your whole career up until going to the Combat Zone. Now, you came back fighting for Neff, fighting a whole different animal in there against Landry, a dude that, is going in there to take your head off. Not much technique coming out of him. He's just going in there to really, knock, break your jaw. He came right at you in the fight. How did you, you got a fight like that, and then you got a technical battle like you did a couple of weeks ago, man. How do you hone that in, and what's going through the mind once that fight starts, and how do you process that, the different animal in there?
I'd say that's what you mean. We knew going into each fight certain things that the opponent's going to be doing, in a sense. We don't know exactly what he's going to be doing. We kind of get an idea from studying film and stuff like that. So we knew that Landry was going to come out swinging and trying to take my head off. And even Coach Greg said it himself that he's going to come at you hard right out the gate, and he did exactly that. So we were ready for it. But as far as changing up the fight styles from one fight to another, it's just that's what you got to do if you want to be successful in this sport. You can't just be one-dimensional. You got to be multi-versatile in what you're doing, and that's what we train for, really. If you want to be the best, you got to be able to be ready at any situation that the opponent's going to throw at you.
Excellent. And I mean, you came off, I believe, a 3-year layoff. You have that fight, dude. You had 2 fights, 2 finishes in that fight to start your career, and then there was that 3 years. I'm just learning about you. I seen you fight for the first time. Wowed the shit out of me. Where were you in that 3 years, and what brought you back to that cage?
So I had, a while back, after my first fight, I tore my ACL, I believe. I want to say it's between the Jeff Dustin fight and the Sean Banks fight. I tore my ACL. And then I healed up and then had the Sean Banks fight. And then after the Sean Banks fight, which is my second fight, I tore my ACL meniscus again on the same leg. And I had to go through 2 surgeries this time rather than the one because I had some bone cartilage damaged, and they had to drill holes in my bone to put marrow in or something like that. And it's just a long process as far as like surgeries wise. I walked around without an ACL for a little bit while my bone was healing, and then I had another surgery, so I was out for a very long time, just limping around.
Yeah.
But that's why I was laid off for so long, and I don't know. I looked at Greg at one day, and I kind of looked at him and I said, "We're good. We're going to the top now. We're not stopping."
Excellent. And you came back and you took out, a dude in I think 48 seconds in the first round. Dude that, basically broke someone's nose the fight before. He's going in there, take your head off. You weather the storm. You're in a brawl, and you take him out in 48 seconds. What's that feel like coming after, that long battle, getting back in there? You come back to Neff where you got your start, and then you knock out a dude there that, is coming in there to knock your head off. What's going through your mind when you're back, man?
I was excited. I mean, that's my style. I like brawling it out. I was honestly hoping that I'd come away with at least some cuts or something like that. Oh, it sounds stupid, but I like that kind of just 2 men duking it out in the better one wins kind of thing. Fighting is also a lot about respect, but it's also that there's that line you want to get in there and get all your frustrations out respectfully.
And yeah, that fight, both of you were definitely getting your frustrations out in that. And man, coming out of that fight, your first fight back, first round knockout. How'd you get this fight? How'd you get to Combat Zone, and how did you get this welterweight title? Because I do believe, you had a training camp for this. It wasn't like a last minute matchup or something. This was like a planned fight, correct?
Yeah, actually, so that's a big thanks to Greg Williams. And Greg Williams is my coach, obviously my head coach. He's been around my whole fighting career as far as this whole MMA thing that we're doing. And he's the one that's pretty much all the fate's in his hands. He's doing all the matchmaking for me. We kind of had a conversation earlier. He said he's just going to keep giving me guys that he thinks I'm going to lose to, so I can keep proving him wrong.
Awesome. Awesome. There's not, dude, after that fight, man, there's not many people that he can kind of put in front of you, man. You're back. 2 finishes there, bro. What's going on with you? I mean, are you back? Are you going to stay on stay on this tear and try to stay active in the 2020 season?
As long as these shin bones heal up and there's no fractures or anything like that, I'm going to keep fighting as frequent as I can. If I can get every 3 months a fight, then I'm going to do it until I'm at the peak level, and until someone starts noticing some crazy stuff, and then we'll go as far as these hands will take me. Well,
dude, I mean, as far as your style, do you come from like a karate combat kind of style, taekwondo? Like you're throwing a lot of great stuff in there, a lot of technique in there, a lot of great stand up in there. What is your background and how did you develop that into MMA?
It's so funny. A lot of people said something about like Taekwondo, especially my first fight or the karate. I actually laughed about them talking about that on commentary during the fight. I have never stepped foot in a karate
No
dojo
shit.
or Taekwondo dojo or anything like that. But I do see what they're seeing. Well, honestly, it's just me doing my own thing in there, and obviously, Greg's training me in my kicks, combinations and stuff like that, but I've never gone to any like karate gyms, nothing like that. This is all stuff that you learn in the gym because he lets me be myself in here. That's the most important thing. If he's trying to create me into a fighter that I'm not, then or anybody that's trying to create anybody into a fighter that they're not and they're not comfortable doing, they're not going to succeed nearly as much as they would if they were doing it the way that they are comfortable doing it. And that's a big part of the camp as well. He's pretty loose on what I'm doing as far as training, as long as it's working.
Dude, 2020. I mean, what are you looking for? You just captured this welterweight title, fighting for Combat Zone. First time. You got a ton of cards coming up, local talent, local amateur shows mixed with pros coming up in the next, couple of months in the new year. How active? What are you looking for? Are you looking to get really busy in the beginning of the year? And do we want another strap, or do we want to defend this? What are you looking for?
I'm gonna grind out as much as I can this 2020. 2020 is the year that it's going to be my year. You know what I mean? This is just the start. 2019 was just the start to what 2020 is. 2020 is going to be about. I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm not going to stop. I have no plans in denying any fights or not going. You know what I mean? As long as injuries are all right, like these shin bones. The only thing that I'm hurting right now is my shins are bruised, but you just got to stay healthy. That's the biggest thing.
Dude, last thing, shout outs and how we get in touch with you and all that other good stuff.
Shout outs. So shout outs, obviously to Domenico for hooking me up with this interview here.
I'll be talking to you a lot. I'll be talking to you in 2022. Don't worry about that. That's definite.
Absolutely. Also, Greg Williams, obviously the head coach. He's right over there. You can't see him, but he's over there in the shadows. Everybody that was part of this fight camp, and Ian Milligan, Chris Sampson, just anybody that was a part of it. Devin Powell, I did go to his gym, train with him a little bit, and his guys, thank you for helping me out on that end too. Huge help. And honestly, anyone in my family, any support that's there, whether they be there for me at that combat zone, anybody that's coming to these fights and watching them and enjoying them, shout out to those people because they're the reasons that we're able to do this. Obviously, we wouldn't go in there and fight in a cage with nobody watching. That's, I mean, I might, but I mean, there's really no point to it.
Yeah,
they're the reason that make this sport go just as much as we are.
Yeah, exactly. So, dude,
cool.
Pleasure talking to you, man. It's the first time I met you. We just shook hands after your fight, and I said, dude, we need to talk because I want to learn about you because, watching you that Saturday night, dude, there's a lot for us to look forward to as fight fans in New England 2020 from you. So, Mike, thanks a lot, bro. And congratulations on that belt and, what the future holds for you.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it, Domenico. Also, one more shout out. I want to give a shout out to Taylor Mears. Much respect to him and his crew. I've said it a handful of times. I actually am in contact with him on Messenger, and me and him are really cool. And just big shout out to him because if obviously he didn't take this fight, that exact fight would have never took place. So shout out to him. He's a tough dude, and looking forward to see what his future has in store as well.
Excellent. I saw him after the fights too, and I congratulated him on basically the fight of the night for me, and what a performance. And he was very humble in it and stuff. You know what I mean? So it was all great. So Mike, all class, Bezanson, 4-0, Combat Zone amateur welterweight champion, bro. All finishes in them 4 fights, bro. He's back. 2019 is over. 2020 is all his. Thanks so much again, Mike, man. You have a great holiday, bro.
Thank you, Domenico. Appreciate it.
Take care.